we'll start with Nate McCullum. We talked about him a few minutes ago. He's 5'11", 184. He's got great speed. Played at Georgia Tech. He was injured in our game, so we really didn't play against him. There we go. It's him in the slot. He's also very close friends to Josh Downs. They worked some with the same trainer. They worked a lot together in high school. And even though he's primarily a slot from Georgia Tech, we feel like he can play all three positions very similar to Josh. Got tremendous speed and hands. Over a 3.0. See here, great ball skills. Over a 3.0 at Georgia Tech. Great catch over the shoulder against Georgia. Here he is against Virginia Tech. On a crossing route. And he accomplished everything he did this year with 3 different quarterbacks. This is against Miami. We know Miami can run. He also is a punt returner.
Is that something you see him doing here?
Yes.
Yeah, Mack, he had some like 3-4 straight 100-yard games right before y'all played.
He did. We were so happy he didn't play in our game. But you can see again, tremendous speed. This is against Pittsburgh. And we know Pittsburgh can run. This is really unique to show you what kind of kid he is and how he competes. So he is at the top. Here he is. Now watch him the whole way. There's a fumble. Picks it up, and here he is at the top. Sprints the whole way with no chance, no chance, no chance. And he punches the ball out at the 1-yard line. It becomes a touchback. What great effort. With no chance. Tez Walker, Devontae, this is against Georgia. See again, he's 6'3". He's got a lot of skills like Diami. But Georgia's got some fast guys.
Matt, going back to the last play you just showed us, is that what kind of sold you on him? I mean, beyond his skill as a wide receiver?
Absolutely. We've got to, and we'll talk about this in a minute, but we're a really good program. We got to be a great program. And to do that, we had to win the last 4 games, and 3 of them we were down to the last play. So we've got to get guys that love football and compete all the time and figure out how to make that one more play. And that's what we've got to do. So we're looking at guys that love football and want to compete. This guy's just so fast for his height. This is against Washington. Again, tremendous ball skills over the outside shoulder. He would be an outside receiver. knocked one of you all down trying to help him get up.
We take that personal back here, man.
Take that. Yeah, he's a favorite already. But see, just really good ball skills. Underthrown ball, stops and catches it, plus gets the interference call. The other thing we've got to do is get back to throwing the ball deep. We didn't do as good a job getting the ball deep this year, and he can do that. Willie Lampkin, Willie is the only question with Willie was ever he's 6 foot and he's 285 I think now, his size. But here's against the really good nose tackle at Georgia State. He just competes. Willie looks at you. He shakes your hand like a wrestler. He looks you in the face, and he's tough as nails. Loves to play. He walked in my office and said, "If you want me, I'm coming." I mean, we didn't have a discussion.
He's got to work on his bargaining tactics, man.
He had none. You can see he likes to play.
So he played at 285. How much more can he take on? How much more would you want to play?
I don't know. He's really stacked. So that's something we've got Brian Hess talking to him now. And when Randy Clements met him, he's one of those that when he shakes your hand, he breaks it. And he looks you right in the eye. So Randy said, "I'm in." Man, he loves to play. And you can see that by the way he plays. He's got great feet. And again, that's the nose tackle that's going to Miami.
And you envision him first working at guard and get some work at center, but
I think
sort of
both,
fill the mantle as well.
since Corey's coming back, and we weren't sure when we committed Willie whether Corey was coming back or not. And we obviously don't have a young center ready to go. And Willie's got 2 years, but he started all the games at guard his sophomore year and then all the games at center last year. So
Is he better at one or the other in your mind?
I don't think so. Center's probably harder to play because you got to snap a ball and look up and have some huge man on top of you.
Is he quick?
He's really quick.
So
You
some
watch
of
him here. We've got to get tougher in both lines of scrimmage, and we got to be more competitive in both lines of scrimmage. And when this is Tamari Fox. He's a Georgia state champion wrestler, and they're quick, they're explosive. He can run. So I feel like that he's going to make somebody in that room work really hard to keep their job because he loves to play so much. And we had the advantage that Caleb knew him, Caleb Pickerel, so he knew what he was like. This is Amari Gaynor, 6'3", 225, a great-looking young man. Left Florida State as their leading tackler. He'll be an inside linebacker here. He's number 33. So this is not the position he'd be playing for us. But he can really run at that size. And again, we say it every year, but we're continuing to try to get pass rush. We had the 1 sack in the game with Kamen Rucker, but we've got to get more.
He won't be a jack for you?
He will be.
Okay, I thought you said he will be an inside linebacker.
No, he was, I'm sorry, if I said that, I said it wrong. He was an inside linebacker for Florida State. One of the reasons he's coming here is that he felt like jack position would be better for him. And a lot of the transfers, to be honest, are looking toward trying to help their stock for the NFL. So he felt like this would be a better position for him. He loves Coach Norvell. He loves Florida State. It's just a business decision. And he's 2-time academic All-ACC. But you can see he can really run for a guy that size.
Would he be sort of the prototype athlete just in terms of size and speed?
Yes.
If you're just doing it on paper.
Yes, he's got a lot of Noah Taylor in him. A lot of similarities.
setting the edge is so important. That role for Gene is that
think he can do that, Andrew, because he's played such a physical position. Inside linebacker is about as physical as it gets, and because we're so young at linebacker, if we needed him, he could also slip back in there as a cross train. But I think he'll be able to do that. He's obviously very smart. His dad was a receiver at Florida State. But he can really run. And that's what we see him doing right there. We've got to stop the run better. We've got to get off blocks up front better. And we've got to get more pass rush and tackles for loss to get where we want to go. And we keep saying that it's time we did it. But you can see this guy can make plays. Got good instincts. It's against Syracuse. And the difference in high school guys right now and the difference in portal guys, you're seeing them 2 and 3 years into the career. And they're older, they're more mature, so you're not going to make mistakes because that's who they are. Some of the high school guys, you're not sure. This is Derek Allen. He's Marcus Allen's older brother. He was a very highly recruited defensive back, as we said, that went to Notre Dame. He will play safety for us. He's got a lot of experience. He's very smart. This is against Pittsburgh. Once again, we're lucky that Pat saw him every day for 2 or 3 years. So we know what we're getting. This is against Clemson. So he's played a lot of ball at a very high level. And I felt like it was a compliment to our program, and he wanted to come here, and Marcus has been here for a year. So he obviously shows that Marcus likes what he sees. And then you have to be careful. You've got Amari and Armani. So I will screw that up 100% unless I have it right in front of me. And Armani's a starting corner all the games last year for Virginia Tech. 5'11", 208. He's a really good cover guy. And again, you got the advantage. We've played against him. And we studied him. We watched him. These guys are very mature, so they come in ready to go. Great play on the goal line, man coverage against State.
Mack, are the transfers, you've seen so many guys transfer within the same conference. Like, is that surprising to you, or is that just another aspect of this thing?
Yeah, he's down here at the bottom. I think, Adam, it's a good question, and the thing I would say is they've been on this campus, they've watched us play, they've got friends on the team because it's all regional, but it's a good question. I would rather have it where you do not transfer within the conference. I think it'd be a lot easier on coaches because here we are, we're on a head coach's call the other day, and guys are talking about, well, you got mine, I mean, it's not the most comfortable call, but when the NCAA did all this, I think they wanted to be totally player friendly. So we're going to do what's best for the player, and if it's best for the player from Virginia Beach to come here, if he's leaving, then that's what they wanted to do.
In that call, any coaches expressed any concerns about buy-in with some of these kids when they're going up against a school that was once sort of a rival?
Yeah, it wouldn't be, they wouldn't discuss that kind of thing on a call.
I don't know.
It-
I don't know
no.
how much you guys kind of let it roll.
No, usually that's a personal thing. And the thing about whether it's tampering or whatever it is right now, it's all being done by agents. So people say, if you've got somebody, why don't you call them out? You don't have anybody. What you've got information, but you can't prove it. Because when the NCAA let agents get involved, the agents, they do all the work for the coaches. So like I said, I didn't know Phil Longo was leaving until I got the call, because that had already been done. These players, same things are happening with them. So it's different. It's unique. I was sitting there for the last week. I didn't know if I'd get a call from one of our players saying I'm leaving. They said they weren't before the bowl game, but they get home, they talk to agents, deals change, you just don't know anymore. So if they go to school today, and I think they are, we had a team meeting last night, no one except Justin, who we knew, seems to be leaving. And here is our Virginia Tech guy playing against our Georgia Tech guy. That's how crazy some of this is.
Yeah,
Here he is at the top.
I guess locker room smack talk is a lot different nowadays.
It'd have to be different. Again, Georgia Tech again. Elijah Huzzy, 5'11". This is against Mississippi State, so you always love to see him. He's got really good ball skills, and that's part of being a great basketball player in high school. But you love to see him play competition like Mississippi State. We haven't had enough interceptions. He's got really good hands. So 12 interceptions in his career. A lot of pass breakups. Plays the ball so well, and that's gotten so critical. Here's a very good instincts with the interception for the touchdown on a wheel, which killed us a lot this year. Had the instincts to come off and make the play and go score with it. But people are scoring 30 and 40 points all the time. So now the ability to force a field goal, get a turnover. You don't see a lot of punts. So these are huge stops like this on the goal line against Mississippi State. And you're seeing so many pass interference calls. He's got really good awareness. Here's a double move. At the bottom, you see his feet and his quickness. Stops, turns and goes. Turns his body back inside. Doesn't interfere. Ryan Coe, I'm really excited about. He's got such a strong leg. Coming in from Cincinnati. He's older, he's strong, he's big. I think he made, I think on that sheet it was 16 of his last 17 at Cincinnati. And the coaches from Cincinnati went to Wisconsin. Wisconsin really wanted him. So that was a good sign as well. He's been really good with his, and he had tougher weather conditions at Cincinnati than he's going to have here, and still did a good job kicking off. But he's very confident and very strong. He's kicking off against Arkansas. Then last is Tom McGinnis, the punter. This will be very interesting.
Big boy.
Do we have cricket film?
I'm not sure what we've got. And we're pleased with Ben Kiernan. He's done a good job. He's only got 1 year left, and we were very, very impressed with this young man. The height on the ball.
How old is he?
21. He's 21. I was thinking 22, but he's
So he's
21.
got a year to activate. But I think before you came, they had an Australian punter. What was his name?
Tom Shelby.
Yeah, and he used to talk about how he was trying to learn the game from the sideline and had to go out and punt every once in a
A
while.
lot of people are recruiting out of this service, basically, aren't they, Pat?
Yeah, I mean, they've got primarily most of Power 5, they've got 12, 13, probably more in the NFL right now. Everybody's going through them.
It looks good. Okay.